we've been waiting a very long time for with the SEC. It appears, and this is a validated source because it's Brad Garlinghouse on his official X, said the SEC will drop its appeal. If this resonates with some of you that are watching right now, this is a truly, and this is a historic moment here. So it's been a while. We've been waiting a long time for this. XRP's up 10.3% right now, just over $2.50. Daytona Crazy, thank you so much for joining Tom's Army. I really, really appreciate that, my friend. I really, really, really appreciate that level of support. I really do. So now we're going to see. The thing that I find interesting is the fact that the FOMC meeting is today. So I believe, unfortunately, most likely, here, let me get a different chair. This one sits just a little low for my liking. Although I might have to go sit right back in it.
What if you turned yours?
That's better. This is better. So I find it interesting because the FOMC meeting is later today. We'll see if they change rates, which I suspect they're going to stay the same. But if they were to lower rates with this happening, holy smokes, I don't think it's going to happen. But the good thing here is XRP, when we talked in the morning update, we talked about how even if we had bearish feelings, we were still technically, and with Bitcoin as well, it was technically in a layer to surge. So the timing of this is nothing short of amazing, especially where we just went back and retested. And now we've pushed past that 237. But what we were trying to do, and we can look at this from here, I leveled it like that for the last several days. Isn't it amazing where my consolidation was leveled out for that push up? And I talked a few days ago about the 14% surge, but it was conditioned on if we held this back test. And we held the back test, and now it literally held exactly where I put it. And that's like fractional as far as how far it was. Like, I love seeing things like that because we talked about this bull flag that was set up here with what looked like the start of a reversal here. It didn't show the W yet, but you could see it was starting. So now, with what this looks like, I mean, if we break past that 264, it's a ball game changer. Because then we can start talking about, oh, we're past that pivot point, we're past the main resistance, and we can start to make some noise here. And if that's the case, I mean, now we're over that 237, and that target could get you up to 295 with that way that was set up. And that's a huge inverse head and shoulders. And my target for this, I'm not going to say bull market. Jennifer, thank you so much for the $1.99 donation. And also being in Tom's Army for 3+ months with the XRP Meteor. I know some of you are probably surprised I came on this morning. I have, until about 11. So I'm like, you know what? We're going to do this right. Amanda, thank you for the $4.99 donation and the being in Tom's Army for over 3 months with the XRP Meteor. You are welcome. You are welcome. I try to be here all the time. And if I have a moment, like something happens and I can swing it, the builders are inside. So I came outside, the ones remodeling my house. And my son's in school until 11:25 approximately. So, I got to get off of here around 11. But we're going to do a good hour here. Thanks for all your info, Tom. Thanks for sharing Tom with us, Julie. Oh, I appreciate that so much. And I will let Julie know. She's very, she definitely puts in a lot of work. I'm blessed that I'm able to, she doesn't have to work, even though she was a great worker before she got injured. She had worked for 12 years. She had a great retirement plan and stuff. And she was, basically worked with kids like my son. She was like an ABA. And then she ended up getting a promotion and things like that. And she was actually going for a bigger promotion after 11 years in the field. The day after her accident, we had picked her out in nice clothes and she was really excited. But now she is the stay-at-home mom. She can worry about our son and, me, and we can do our stuff we need to. And at least I can stay home and work. John Patak, thank you so much. Thank you, Tom, for your passion. It's infectious. Oh, I appreciate that. And thank you for being in Tom's Army. What does that say? What are you? Over a year at least with the I Told You So Bad. It's the $4.99 donation. The sun is brightly out right now. But, the sun's good for us. The sun is good for us. So I just want to duly note what you had, what your comment was, though, because I feel like it's important to represent it properly. That was John who said that. He said, thanks, Tom, for your passion is infectious. And XRP 589 Moon Badge over 2 years in Tom's army, getting closer to 3. I knew it was more than that. That's why I was like, I know it's over a year. So that's beautiful. It's blizzarding in Kansas right now. Wow. And right now, today, we're going to be like 60, 65 in Michigan. And then about in the 5 to 7 day outlook, we're going to have snow. So, Jose Gonzalez, welcome back to Tom's Army. I appreciate that. You've been in Tom's Army now cumulatively for over 2 years with the XRP 589 Moon Badge. That's amazing. Thank you so much for that. Like, we've watched this every step of the way in this community. That's what I love. That's what I love. Now, it's good for XRP. Obviously, XLM likes to ride the coattails as well, because to me, it's basically one and the same. You know, for anybody who knows, I have a little conspiracy that Jed McCaleb is still part of XRP Ripple. They needed more of a demand for retail, so they created the basically XRP 2.0, you know, but in a different way for different parts of the market. Like, I believe big business, institutional investors, local governments are meant for XRP, but I believe the smaller, like small businesses like you and I could run, or even retail, is meant for XLM, and I think that's why they split it off. I think you can kind of validate that by the fact that they had, you know, monthly sales that he had to only do so much monthly, and I think that was just to fund the project. So, you know, I think that's what's going on there, and I think it's pretty fascinating if you think about all the ends that, as long as you have XRP and XLM, that you can actually cover. Now, admittedly so, I believe there's a lot of stuff with HBAR, but at least for this moment, in Algo, I still believe that this was a very big decision for Algo as well. It doesn't go unnoticed to me that Algo is severely undervalued. And I'm telling you, that price on Algo, and I think even for IOTA, this was big news. I understand HBAR is at 19, but if it was up to me, and I had to pick between, and this might bite me in the ass, if I had to pick between HBAR, Algo, and IOTA, I think HBAR would be my third choice. And it's not because I ate HBAR, but HBAR's never been to $1. And you're talking about IOTA's been over 6, and you've been very comfortably in the mid 3s and higher with Algo. So I mean, there's definitely ways to look at this. I think IOTA, honestly, if I could say I had another baby besides DGB, my love child would be IOTA. I'm IOTA. It's really simple. I mean, I'm just fascinated with it. Shane just bought 1,000 more Algo and HBAR. What a beautiful timing for that. Like, no joke. I seen you put that in the Telegram earlier before the market started popping, so, or at least around the time. Jose, thank you for the $4.99 donation. Your third YouTube super chat. Wow, you guys are being very generous this morning. That's incredible. And I haven't even read through the stuff yet. Bob Bertner, thank you for the $10 donation. Thank you for the hard work, Tom. Oh, you're welcome. You're welcome. And I believe, I can't really see that. You've been in Tom's Army. I know it's over a year, but I feel like it's been more. I gotta, because the sun's very much there. Let me look at my. Yeah, over 2 years with the XRP 589 Moon Badge. Or Bob Bertner now. Bob's been in Tom's Army for, what is that, the I Told You So badge? Looks like over a year with the I Told You So badge. I love it. Love it. Thank you guys so much for that. I really do. I really do. Joseph says I don't give one iota. And XRP's up over $2.55 now. The next target's going to be that 260 to 265 range now. So, first, we're going to go see what Brad Garlinghouse said. And good morning, 10:02 a.m. Eastern Standard Time on this Wednesday, March 19th, 2025. I'm XRP Future Millionaire with the side bet on XM and Future Digibyte OG. And I reside in the great state of Michigan. What a beautiful, beautiful, did I say beautiful time to be in the XRP community. Not only are we the only cryptocurrency, aside from XLM, because I lump it in the bunch, to have clarity with the U.S. government that can never be tried as a security, And now what it seems is it even got dismissed and they don't even have to pay the fine. Or at least this next, I mean, this is something big for our community, like huge. Huge, huge, huge. So Brad Garlinghouse said just less than an hour ago, this is it. The moment we've been waiting for. The SEC will drop its appeal. A resounding victory for Ripple, for crypto, every way you look at it. The future is bright. Let's build.
Just over 4 years ago, the United States SEC filed its lawsuit against Ripple. I'm finally able to announce that this case has ended. It's over. Sitting here today and reflecting on 4 years ago, it seems very clear to me that this case was doomed from the start. In so many ways, it was the first major shot fired in the war on crypto. I truly felt like I knew then that Ripple was not only on the right side of the law, but I felt that we were also going to be proven to be on the right side of history. Really, I think sends an ominous sign for innovation around cryptocurrency in the United States. Picking winners in general has not been something the U.S. government should be in the business of doing. I think the judge realizes this is not just about Ripple. This will have broader implications. As Mary Jo White, the former head of the SEC, has said publicly that she views this as a dead wrong. The SEC is dead wrong on this decision. Ripple is the first company with the resources, determination, and grit to fight back against the agency's overreach. And today, this journey finally concludes. Today is a victory and long overdue surrender by the SEC. The SEC, under Chairman Gary Gensler, went after the whole industry, using the same arguments they used against us. They weren't out to protect investors. They were out to intimidate and terrorize. The regulator, whose primary purpose is to protect investors, went all in on a non-fraud, victimless lawsuit and wiped out $15 billion of value from innocent XRP holders. The SEC was the market manipulator. The SEC wasn't seeking justice. They were seeking to win a case at any cost. Forces inside our government aligned with the SEC and embarked on a campaign of debanking anyone associated with the crypto industry. This was lawfare, a war of legal terror. Fortunately, the judge rebuked the SEC multiple times in this journey. First, for lacking a, quote, faithful allegiance to the law. The SEC was sanctioned in our case for discovery abuses, and the pattern was repeated in other crypto cases.
Well, let's just say they're trying to confuse you.
We won then on every critical legal point, proving that the digital asset XRP is not a security. That is now the law, and those wins have laid the groundwork for policymakers to adopt a set of rules for crypto that are in line with nearly a century of securities law. With today's news, the war on crypto has ended in defeat for those who turned our own government against a technology and an entire industry. I'm heartened that we have paved the way for other industry players to see the value in not backing down, and for others to use our legal playbook to fight back. We are now closing a chapter in crypto history. I think we're all stronger for our prior litigation successes and today's landmark victory. Progress is worth fighting for. We won multiple pro-crypto victories at the ballot box last year. It's time to make the U.S. the crypto capital of the world. Thankfully, we have new leadership in executive and legislative branches of our government. That leadership is actively seeking a rational and constructive way forward on crypto. Let's make the most of this. This is an incredibly promising moment. Let's come together. Let's leave the tribalism behind. But let me make it clearer that my main message, what Ripple's main message today, is about gratitude. It's gratitude to everyone who stood by us, to every Ripple employee, to the incredible legal team here at Ripple, led by the best chief legal officer in the business, Stu Alderodi. Gratitude certainly to the XRP family, to our customers, to our partners. Thank you. We couldn't have won this battle without all of you being behind us and working together. I truly believe we all agree there's immense opportunity with the largest economy in the world finally taking a pro-crypto and pro-innovation approach to build this technology in order to solve real-world problems for people around the planet. This was a fight Ripple never wanted, but one we knew we had to win. And today, emphatically, we have. Thank you.
For anybody who's asking if this is a scam, did I share it or did some jabroni share it? That's all I'm going to ask. Like, if you've been in my audience for any length of time, if I'm sharing it, there's a reason. I don't like to share stuff just because it's, you know, hearsay or somebody else said it. I wait for the source. And this is nothing. This is not a scam. This is for real. You woke up this morning not expecting this, but you got it. Now, we'll wait for the final wording on the, you know, for everything to go the way it needs to. But as of right now, we got it from Brad Garlinghouse himself. So, you know, I'm not sharing like a source. We can read this now. We can read this now. So XRP jumps as Ripple CEO Brad Garlinghouse. Now that you got to see the video, now we can see what they're talking about as the narrative, right? So let's see how they're presenting this. And then we can talk about if it's, you know, being told truthfully or not. So XRP jumps as Ripple CEO Brad Garlinghouse says SEC case has ended. I'm finally able to announce that this case has ended. It's over, Garlinghouse said in a video shared on X. Ripple CEO Brad Garlinghouse said in a video shared on his X account that the SEC will drop its appeal in the lawsuit it's been pursuing against the firm for the past 4 years. I'm finally able to announce that this case has ended. It's over, Garlinghouse said in a video shared on his X account. Ripple, which uses XRP Ledger and the XRP cryptocurrency, got a partial ruling in its favor in 2023. But the SEC filed an appeal seeking to have that decision overturned. To be clear, the Securities and Exchange Commission has not yet made an announcement that it will drop its appeal. And that's why I believe the price, you know, we got to wait for the SEC to say it. And they should at any point. So that's what we have to, wait for. But once they announce it, all hands on deck. At the time of writing, XRP has already climbed 12% to $2.51, shortly after Garlinghouse's announcement that the SEC will stop pursuing its lawsuit. This is breaking news and will be updated. And, like, it's being reported widely. So, and it's amazing. It's amazing. This is always the risk of not having a bag at all times. Like, I don't mind having twice as much as you want of something, and then you take profits, and then you can live. But at least have your bag at all times, especially when you're dealing with XRP. And that's why I've been so unwilling to sell the XRP until it broke certain levels, because this is something that if you're trying to buy it so cheap and that's the only reason for selling, you have to make sure that some things are happening. And like, it's just there, and I'm telling you, it's not just XRPs that's going to benefit from this. It's not. There's going to be a wide range of crypto that will, but we still need to wait for the SEC to officially say it. And we'll see how much of that rally back, you know, when they made the official announcement about the case initially, how much of this is already caked in. Yes, well, the SEC hasn't officially dismissed the case. They haven't officially said it. But I'll bring you back to Brad Garlinghouse's X account, where he put out a video and said it's over. He put out a video, we watched it, but Brad Garlinghouse said, this is it, the moment we've been waiting for. The SEC will drop its appeal. A resounding victory for Ripple, for crypto, every way you look at it, for anybody who's joined. Brad Garlinghouse said this officially. So this is per Brad Garlinghouse, CEO of Ripple. And this is what he said. I'm not going to replay this again, not right now. But we've been talking about it for about 20 minutes. Oh, you're welcome, Edgar. And as everybody comes in, because I know it's early in the morning, there's like 300 people almost in here. This is not a traditional time to do the live during the week. But he wouldn't have come out and said this unless the SEC intends to, in fact, you know, drop the case. And we've been waiting. They've been dropping things one by one. But I'm still curious to see if the SEC waits until after the FOMC meeting and allows the market to dive a little bit here. And that this could be an overzealous push up, at least initially, because we're still waiting for, and I believe rates are going to likely stay the same. I don't really see many avenues until like spring or early summer for them to cut rates. I think we're going to probably get, you know, a little bit of, it's crazy how they do it with this timing, isn't it? So they put out some good news, and then when the you know, the FOMC, when the Federal Reserve, or when Jerome Powell fails to say that they're going to lower rates, it's going to end up having a resounding effect in crypto because it's a risk asset. Oh, XLM's beautiful. I have 3 times more XLM tokens than I have of XRP, and it's not because I'm against XRP. It's just I felt where it was positioned at 8 cents and beyond, it's in a better value spot. Don't get me wrong, I've made a lot and I have a lot of XRP from my own perspective. Like, you know, it sure did, Nick. It sure did. I know Charles Gasparino's been one of the biggest critics of XRP in this whole case. It's been pretty amazing. It's been pretty amazing. Joseph, thank you for being in Tom's Army for over 3 years. I mean, 3 months with the XRP Meteor. And also your 10th YouTube Super Chat. Wow, that's a $20 donation. That is not a small one. That's very generous, my friend. I really appreciate that. Kryptonian, welcome in, my friend. Hope you're having a blessed morning, and thank you for being part of Tom's Army for over 6 months now with the XRP Predictor. I love it. Love all the support. How's that short doing for Bitcoin? He might. I told you the last few days he's got to be sweating his nuts off. Or they're because look, how can you open a short there? And Nick, you can understand this. It's on the outside of this little falling channel, and it's back testing it as a real layer of support. Like, that has every ambition, even if it is bearish, to go to at least that 86,574, which would liquidate that position. Oh, he closed it. Okay. Well, that makes sense. Did he close it in profit? Oh, I believe the FUD was absolutely the Cannabis Podcast. And thank you for being in Tom's Army for over 3 months with the XRP Meteor, along with Keith and Craig. But yeah, I definitely believe that. 6 million profit, all right. I think that short was a little of a... I agree. I agree. Well, I'm glad he sold it. See, I didn't keep track of them from the beginning. It's all been the audience telling me, so... But they're in the know, guys. These people are in the know, and they try to trick people into being out of it. That's the problem. I'm still caught in the middle here. I'm waiting for a bigger surge with XRP, but I know that we're still waiting for that stupid FOMC meeting, and I know crypto is being reserved right now. And it pisses me off that they released this today. Like, couldn't they just release this news tomorrow? After crypto, even if it had to go down, does what it needs to do? Like, it's bullshit how they do this. Can we agree that it's nonsense in the timing? Knowing that we're waiting for the FOMC meeting when we're probably going to be disappointed and they don't cut rates as far as from a crypto perspective, and they keep it the same. We'll see. I hope this will be a good step in the right direction. And I love how it's easing inflation concerns. Like, are you kidding me? Easing inflation? Has anybody taken a look at how much things cost today? I'll tell you a story, and it pisses me off. So, Trump imposed tariffs on Canada, and I told this yesterday in the live for anybody who wasn't there, because there's a lot more people here today. Well, not a lot more, but a fair amount. They put a 25% tariff on the Canadians, right, for the goods. And we're all like, oh, and then the Canadians get mad because everybody doesn't know. They think that we're putting a tariff and the Canadian people are paying for it. That's not true. We're paying for it in prices when you put a tariff on another country. Well, the same salmon I've been buying for a long time, usually around $22 to $23 for 2.5 pounds, or 2 pounds, somewhere in that range, 2 to 2.5, and it'll be anywhere from $23 to like $25, $26. If it's getting closer to 3, 2.5, 3, it would be like 24, maybe 25. Well, I bought this same thing, and it was not it was about 2.5 pounds, and it cost almost $30. It was $29.80. So it cost me about $4 to $5 more for that same salmon piece. And yeah, it's a nice Canadian salmon. It's not farm raised. It comes from the colder waters, and it's the reason I buy it. It's the more expensive one in my stores. It's like twice as much as the other ones. But it costs almost $5 more for that same. I was like, holy shit, when I bought it, because I buy it for every Thursday. We have Salmon Thursdays, and it was almost $5 more. It was crazy. So it was a pretty big difference. But yeah, no. Hallowed Nation, thank you for not only being in Tom's Army for your first month with the emoji badge of me being abducted by aliens, and that is my face superimposed on there, make no mistake about it. I appreciate that $10 super chat. Your first one said, thanks for the level you provide. The levels you provide on XRP every day. It's a huge help. That's why I do it. It's not only just a huge help for you, it is for me. Fish is not good for you. Conspiracy. I mean, I don't disagree that a lot of fish aren't, but as far as it goes for fish, in my opinion, salmon's a necessity. So, you know, that's just me. Farm raised fish is shit. But, you know, certain things, you know, you got to have for certain things. And then you guys put a tariff on the USA, which now you're paying it. At first, there was no problem. There was no problem. I don't like ocean fish. I only get them from, like, freshwater. I don't eat saltwater fish at all. I have to get it out of the Great Lakes or from Canada, where I live. I don't like ocean fish at all. Yeah, Canada shouldn't have done anything. They should have just said, all right, that's fine. We'll just charge you 25% more. That's all they would have had to do. And that's what I'm paying for. But now your citizens are going to have to pay as well. But anyhow, the Fed... So the U.S. Federal Reserve today is meeting. Jerome Powell's speech is live. Probably, what is it, 2:30 usually? 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So, you know, I might do my live earlier today. I don't know. I'll see how it goes because I'm already doing a live now. But yeah, we've been lied so much when it comes to what's good and bad for us. Do you guys even realize, like, cholesterol is not a bad thing? You know, cholesterol is actually needed for the brain. And when you restrict cholesterol, I'm not going to get into all of that. But the FOMC meeting's at 2 o'clock. Yes, Julie? Did you say my name?
No.
Oh. But XRP's still climbing here. Yeah, animal fats are good. But... Sure does. Oh yeah, I know the difference between the salmons. That's why I have to get it, like I said, out of the Great Lakes or out of in Canada. I don't really like the saltiness from ocean fish. Like, I don't know, I've never lived down south, so like I've always been accustomed to freshwater fish. You know, even Lake St. Clair, it might not be a Great Lake, but it's a massive lake around where I used to live. And you start getting deeper into the waters, you know, so Jennifer, Julie would love you. I'm the worst Italian. I hate sourdough. And I love bread, but I am so bad. I don't like you know, I for some reason don't like sourdough. Yeah, I don't like a lot of things that the traditional Italian likes. I like a good yeah, I might have to block you for that. I know, right? Yeah, Jennifer's making sourdough, and I had to break the news that I don't eat sourdough. What?
They're painting down the hallway and my cigarettes are in the bedroom.
Oh. Well, that sucks.
Climb through the window.
No, I don't want to climb through the window.
You'd land on the bed.
I guess I would. Guys, I think I have to climb through the window for Julie to grab something because they're in our hallway and she needs something from the bedroom. So I'll be right back. I have to go crawling through my own window in the bedroom, I guess. I'll be back.
Use a chair. It'll be easy.
You can talk to them if you want.
No, it's okay. I should look at your comments, though.
My window unlocked.
Yeah, it's open.
How do I open this?
You have to take the screen off.
I don't want to. Right.
It's okay. I can wait. I'm sorry. I feel bad. Don't hurt yourself. Is it doable? No, don't do it. It's fine. Promise. Bad things are gonna happen.
Where's it at?
It's in the bathroom. Tuck and roll. He'll be right back, I promise. He's getting me something. I didn't want to bother the builders. I'm a wimp. He went through the window. So he should be back in a minute. Hi. You survived. You fit perfectly in there. Do you need help? You did it. Look at you. And you say you're not a lizard.
All right. Oh, here.
Yay!
Okay, I'm back. Yes, I had to tuck and roll through the window onto my bed. The way it's set up, I could just kind of climb through the window, and I tuck and rolled onto the bed. Well, the good thing about my house is in the backyard. Like, literally, I have a wall to the side of me, a brick wall, because there's a laundromat next door, as some of you know. But my backyard is private. Like, nobody can see really back here. So, like, I don't even know I have neighbors when I'm back here. It's weird. There's an apartment complex on the other side. So, but, you know.
Someone said they need me to run a live.
Yeah, Julie needs to run a live, see? But yeah, so if you're just tuning in, we have, wow, 250 of you stayed still. That's amazing. While I was breaking into my own house, into the bedroom. But, you know, you got to give them some gratitude in the kit, you know, when they're working. I don't want to have to keep making them move. They got to deal with enough when my son's here, because then he likes to kind of move around. But, so some people ask me what I thought of XLM with this news. XLM's been working on a pretty big breakout for a while. I mean, look at how we're on the bottom side here. And look what, it's funny, because this, instead of playing out here, it actually played out here with a similar, it just had a little bit of an up, but it played that down perfectly. Like, that's, to me, within range when it does something like that. And it was just trying to create that short-term inverse head. That's all it was doing right there. It's amazing what happened right there. And now it's created that inverse right shoulder. And this, for XLM, we're going to be in a very happy position here. And still, if you haven't bought XLM, I still think 26 cents is dirt cheap. If I'm just being honest, or what is it, 29 today? It's dirt cheap still.
Can you pin the Telegram to your comments?
Oh, yeah, I can. Why, somebody asked me?
Someone asked for the link.
Okay, here, let me grab the Telegram.
Because I don't think you pinned any comments.
I don't usually pin comments.
Well,
I don't, not usually. Not unless somebody asked me to do. I used to. I haven't done it in a long time.
But you still did.
Let's see. Okay, here, let me put this on here. I just copied it. So the only thing is, if you go in there, there's no warning. So if you're not good spirited, if you're, I know, but other people will join by me sharing it. You know, just have the good mindset. You know, helpful, not hurtful, kind, not rude, positive, not negative. We often share a lot of things that don't even have to do with crypto in there too. So
make friends.
It's a good group. Yeah, make friends. Exactly. It's a good group. Cape Cod Kyle here. I'll pin it. I'm pinning it for you, my friend. And Cape Cod Kyle from Massachusetts, not Florida, as I've said wrong a bunch of times in the beginning. It's Kyle, even though he's got the same last name as Jennifer and Joseph, he is not related, but Jennifer and Joseph are brother and sister. We've got a weird community we've got going on here. A great community, though. We've got a bunch of intertwined with a lot of similar beliefs, and it makes it work. It really makes it work. I think H bar 2 at 19 cents. I mean, if you're not an H bar, that also seems dirt cheap, because I don't think it's going to break to the downside necessarily, because a lot of these are building these inversions back up. And as long as we hold this support, which we have this whole way, it shouldn't be a problem to pull back up here. And then it's like, is it better to buy it at 19 or 24? You know, if you're not in it. That's what it starts to get to weird things. James says, I'm changing my last name to Kupiak to fit in. I love it. But there's a lot of, like, I still think DGB is a freaking steal down here at 008. I'm considering selling my other stuff just to put it all in DGB. Like, there's some things that I'm a fan of, like IOTX is a great example. I'm thinking of selling that just to put it in DGB at this level. Like, in my head now, I'm starting to get to the point of, why am I buying IOTX and buying all this MXC? If I don't have to speculate, I could just throw it in DGB. And then instead of having 1.4 million, maybe I got 2.7 million tokens, but I don't have as many tokens in my portfolio, but I have a bunch of DGB. And it will literally take me to the promised land. See, this is why I hate expanding so much. Sure, they're IoT tokens, but damn it, I think I need to make it more profound with my main set of tokens and not spur so far away, and that's what I am fighting with. Because I think I want more DGB. Let me ask you guys a question. If you were me, and you had IOTX and MXC, and you had 1.4 million DGB, what would you do? And I have, you know, about $7,000 between the other two. If I dumped it out, that I could just put into DGB. But I'm not saying I would do it right now, because I still feel like this is a big kick in the dick here, guys. And they're fucking with us because they know the FOMC meeting's going to dump the market, which now we get the illusion of the Ripple thing being about settled or over. Okay, see, so some of you guys understand what I'm saying. To me, this doesn't feel right because we know the FOMC meeting's coming out. You theoretically don't want to front run it pumping. So that's why the timing of this couldn't have been worse. They're probably like, what the fuck is all this shit? 2 weeks in a row with these assholes. Of course the garbage is here. I had to throw so much stuff out. And they're probably like, oh, I hate these people. I know it's their job, but you know. I don't know, guys. This still doesn't feel right to me. It doesn't feel right. Like, this timing is bad. I wish, out of all days this could have happened, why do they got to do it right before the FOMC BS? So now this gives the false assumption or assertion to people, hey, this is going to be good in the FOMC meeting. They're probably going to lower rates. And the moment they stay the same, I think a lot of people are going to say, oh, fuck. And it doesn't mean we're going to dump any. But now, remember, XRP run up 12.5%. 12.5%. But now it's going to have to back test. There's going to be some gaps that were left on this push up. So with the FOMC meeting, although it is pulled down a lot here already, it went up to almost 260. Oh, it went all the way up to that pivot point while we were talking about the other stuff. Well, I'll be damned. Well, this is good. We needed the back test anyhow. Up. Now we're going to have to come back down. We came down, back up. Presumably, I mean, we've already tested these areas, but look how fast it's coming down. I've often said when we got this news, it wasn't going to be as big of a pump until it's all, like, official. So we'll see. Because that's not a lot of volume that came in. Like, I'm actually a little disappointed. Let's go to XRP. That's kind of a shit amount of volume. I need more volume for this. Maybe we're just waiting for the SEC's official announcement. Who knows? The SEC's slow. I wish they wouldn't have released. I'm just saying, I wish they wouldn't have released this today. I hate that they did it when the FOMC meeting's looming. Like, if there was one way to kill a foregone conclusion with the pump, it would be something like that. So that, they've always got to do this, though. They've always got to make it an interesting dilemma. What's precious metals doing? That often tells us a lot about what's coming. They're inconsistent. They're just flat. Flat. Not much. Down $6 in gold. Silver is down about 1.1%. Commodity or mining stocks are down like 1%. Some are flat, like B2 Gold and for Barrett. But the silver miners are down a little bit, but they've moved a lot more than the gold stocks the last couple days. So, I mean, it's an inconsistent market. U.S. dollars going up. I don't know why. The emerging market stocks that I have in my IRA for the $7,000 a year write-off. This year it's up to last year was $7,024. I don't know at 25. I think it's up a little bit. It might be 7,500. It might still be 7,000 because I'm under 50, whatever. But they're up a small percentage, but they just collect dividend, or they collect yield. And, you know, you're just holding that for me another 25 years. I'm going to be putting that same 7,000 in there so I can get the write-off. You know, I like it coming off the bottom line of my income. Helps balance some other things. But yeah, we're just literally waiting around. I know a lot of people are probably sitting there right now and they're disappointed saying, what the hell is going on? I was expecting XRP to pump more. It's all positional play. And the problem right now is the position we're in is we're still waiting for that stupid thing at 2. Like, if I could have timed out a worse timing, the worst possible timing for them to announce the lawsuit was over, it would be when the FOMC fails to cut rates because crypto's a risk asset. But then again, if they make it look like inflation, I don't know. I just have a bad feeling. But, you know, my feelings are sometimes wrong. But they're often founded. Is it just me or does it not feel right now? Like, just around the market, it doesn't feel right.
When
Just
you said that, my ears started ringing.
when I said it doesn't feel right. See, Julie's ears started ringing when I said it doesn't feel right.
No, no way.
I'm emotional. If this is emotional, you're going to hate to see a real emotional person.
Look at your previous older videos.
I'm not emotional. I'm stating what's going on right now. You're too emotional for judging me, you bastard. I am being nice. This is nice, Tom. That was joking, you bastard. She said her ears are ringing. She don't know. I like XLM a lot. But now it's filled out, I think, a little. Like, this is where it's topped here. And now we have to see if this is an official move. Because now it's filled this back out. I like this inverse pattern. But you always have these back tests on these moves. I just want to see... You'd prefer the SEC to announce it? Yeah. Obviously, that too. That's what I'm waiting for. Once you see the SEC make it official, but I don't think Brad Garlinghouse is just saying this. Now, like we've seen it before. What if somehow his X got hacked and it was AI Brad? You know, you never know in this world anymore, right?
Positivity over negativity.
In the Gary Gans or in the David Schwartz teaser post, he did show the rugs before Gary. Yeah, that's true. That's true. Hey, but we're positive. We're just back testing right now. We know how it goes. Exactly. That's the other thing. Like, you guys got to remember, I am so happy because for the majority of these last 4 years, I've been talking about XRP under $1. In no time for almost over 3 3/4 years did I ever talk about it above $2. So for me to be like, oh, you know, there's this possibility of, we don't know, but it's at $2.50. Like, there's, like, most of the time, if you had 10,000 tokens, your portfolio was showing between 3,000 and 5,000 for the majority of 3 years, except when we had the one spike when it went up to 19,000 because it got into the $1.90 range. And then we took advantage of it and sold at $1.66 and bought it back at the low levels again, under 40 cents. And then for that majority, we were watching it between 3,000 and 6,000. And now all of a sudden, for those same 10,000, you're looking at it at 25,000. I can't think of a single person that would be mad about that. Hell, for some people, they've already got big profit, and they still have their original holdings that they want. Or they've traded in and out because they understand the market. Obviously, every time you sell, there's a tax risk, but my argument to the, oh my God, I'm afraid to pay taxes, I'm more afraid of not making money. So I'd rather have to pay taxes on money earned than not make it at all. You know, it's a weird thing that we have as a people where we'll be afraid to take gains because we're afraid to pay taxes, but then we complain, you know, we live without money, or currency in this case. So, and we leave, like for me, I could have not done anything with a lot of crypto and not taken a lot of gains when we were up at the peak of this bull market. As of right now, I still think we have a fifth wave that's coming, and it might be starting, but we'll see what happens. But I needed to make, and so far, if you think about the house repairs, it's been 26 for the kitchen, 12 for the windows, 17 between the carpet, all the doors, the painting, the moldings, fixing all the everything that's wrong with my house, basically. Turning new spots from having crappy fans in the wall, like in the kitchen, they switched that out, you know. So you start talking about how expensive it is to repair your house. You know, and I knew it was going to cost a lot. And even all my exterior doors and stuff needed to be replaced. It was, so I'm having them do it all at once. It's slow right now. But you know, that's like, what is that? That's too much, you know, too much money. And that's not even counting the appliances and how I had to rebuild the HVAC and do the water tank and all this other shit. But just in this job alone, you're talking, you know, we'll be closing in on $60,000 in house repairs. And that's not even talking about the bathroom. You know, and I still need my bathroom remodeled, which will be probably close to 13 to 15 with what I want done, because it's a whole remodel. But my bathroom's tiny as hell, so it's not that big. But yeah, just in this alone, you know, if it wasn't for the crypto profits, it ain't happening like this. But I do believe we're primed for a fifth wave. I don't think we're quite there yet in most cryptos, because I still think that we're going to have an emphatic moment here where you get this, you always get a big dive before you get the general consensus to pull out. And we have had a rather substantial dive already. It's just a matter of, are we coming back to some of these gaps? Like, a lot of people know about that big gap at $1.50. Now, I'm not convinced we're ever going to get there, but at the same time, it's still in my head. And yeah, we got down to $1.90 or $1.85, but that doesn't close it, you know. But it does, it did show a lot of strength down at around that $2 level. And now we can start building out. But I'm trying to find a way for XRP, and this isn't being negative or emotional or, you know, being the douchebag. It's none of that. I'm trying to find an avenue for XRP to never have to go down there again. Like, not go up to 540 and have to come all the way back down to $1.50. Like, do this right. Like, I'm trying to find that avenue. So, like, my whole studies now, when I'm looking at these charts, I'm trying to find the avenue of less resistance for when it gets to where it goes. How do we stop from coming all the way back through like we did in 21? And right now we're doing what we need to do by retesting all these levels. We've just left some, you know, levels that are interesting. Pay it forward and tip the garbage, guys. Well, if we kept the same garbage people, I would. But we've had different companies and different people. These ones seem like they're pretty steady now. The guys who have been doing it lately, they're nice. You know what I did for the garbage guys? So I had regular garbage cans when I moved in here. And I bought 2 of the city approved ones that they can use the side of their dump truck to pick it up with. But it cost me, what, $130 a piece? So I did. I paid $260. They have 2 big, like, what are they, 50-gallon garbages? No, 98-gallon garbages. And so that they don't have to lift them anymore. Now, sometimes when I have to throw stuff outside of it, because there's stuff you throw away, you know, like today, they can't just do that. But I actually did that so that they wouldn't have to lift as much. That would make it easier for the worker. I used to work labor, you know. Any break in labor helps. It really does. Yeah, I bought at 34 cents with XRP right now. So, well, 34 and 38, you can merge it. Although the 38-cent ones were the ones that I got rid of as it made that big spike. So, the ones in 34 cents are still sitting. But, you know, I had a separate one for when we had a big... Because I needed to do something big because I needed work done. Julie needed it. She wanted it. She kept begging for it. Well, not begging, but she was dreaming. And, you know, it was time to... We've been here 4 years, and I don't like to do one thing. I like to do most of it at all.
You flashed it.
So, is my house worth more now?
Probably.
Well, I mean, considering the area I live in, it's probably going to make it from the low, the 230,000 range, and it'll make it to where if I ever sold it, at this time in the market, it'd be between 280 and 300 with the improvements I'm doing. So, I mean, yeah, it's going to make it more valuable. I have full equity in my house, so I don't owe anything on my house. So, yeah, it's making it much more valuable. So I waited until I paid the house off before I did any kind of real repairs, besides like the HVAC and things like that. Let's see. Sell me a few for $1 a piece. Left out Hooker Brother. No, yeah, what they're trying to do over there, I mean, we're going to see what they try to do over here. I'm telling you, property tax is still very expensive. I still have to pay and just for my house, and it shouldn't even be this much for the size of my house. They're overinflated the value of them anyhow. But like I'm paying like, what, $6,000 a year in taxes. Isn't that what it was about? So, and it'll go up every year, you know, but at least when you buy it, it can only go up so much. They can only make it a fractional rate that it goes up. But the newer people, they're paying the new real rate that they're raising it. So mine's like $6,000 a year. And it's all front loaded in the summer. It was only like $400 in the winter, but it was like $5,600 in the summer. So I have a summer tax every year that I got to pay around $6,000. $5,500. So yeah, it sucks. Let's just put it that way. And if I bought my house now, it would be almost $1,000 more a year for those same taxes. So every year it gets worse and worse and worse. So when they vote on the millages, kind of you get stuck with it. That's why I always refuse the millages. It's like, you don't deserve more fucking money. My road's still shit. You haven't fixed what you said before, so why would I give you more money to put in your pocket? People, oh, let's raise the millage. The hell with that. Never vote. It's not going to where you need it. You already know that by the past millages. They were doing with the funds that they're supposed to. They wouldn't have to fucking pass. They try to nickel and dime the citizens. Yeah, I'm in Michigan. It's very expensive property taxes, especially in my county. But they suck the leaves out of the road here. And I don't have to put them in a bag. Big fucking deal. Excuse me. Excuse my French. But yeah, so I'm going to have to get going here. It's almost been an hour. We got to pick up our son soon, and I got to make sure everything's going good. But I'll continue to keep it monitored with XRP. I'll replay this one more time for anybody who's new in here so you can hear what the big ruckus is about. And you can hear it straight from Brad Garlinghouse. You know, we assume it's not AI Brad that's been hacked in this system. But you never can quite tell these days. Brad Garlinghouse Live? Hey, 12 p.m. Brad Garlinghouse is live.
On Bloomberg.
On what?
On Bloomberg.
Yeah, he's going to be on Bloomberg, so we'll be able to, remember, I can't show you it in real time. Remember what happened in the live? They wouldn't let it post to YouTube. But maybe I can do it through his X. We'll talk about this when I come on next. So, but if you haven't seen this yet, this is what happened. Brad said this is it, the moment we've been waiting for. The SEC will drop its appeal, of resounding victory for Ripple, for crypto, every way you look at it. And this is what he said.
They used against us. As many of you know, just over 4 years ago, the United States SEC filed its lawsuit against Ripple. I'm finally able to announce that this case has ended. It's over. Sitting here today and reflecting on 4 years ago, it seems very clear to me that this case was doomed from the start. In so many ways, it was the first major shot fired in the war on crypto.
Yeah, it does look like it's a
I
little behind.
truly felt like I knew then that Ripple was not only on the right side of the
You're
law,
behind.
but I felt
I
that we
think
were
you're
also
gonna be a
going to be
split
proven to
second
be on the right side of history.
It really, I think, sends an ominous sign for innovation around cryptocurrency in the United States. Picking winners in general has not been something the U.S. government should be in the business of doing.
I think the judge realizes this is not just about Ripple. This will have broader implications.
As Mary Jo White, the former head of the SEC, has said publicly that she views this as a dead wrong, and the SEC is dead wrong on this decision.
Ripple is the first company with the resources, determination, and grit to fight back against the agency's overreach. And today, this journey finally concludes. Today is a victory and a long overdue surrender by the SEC. The SEC, under Chairman Gary Gensler, went after the whole industry, using the same arguments they used against us. They weren't out to protect investors. They were out to intimidate and terrorize. The regulator, whose primary purpose is to protect investors, went all in on a non-fraud, victimless lawsuit and wiped out $15 billion of value from innocent XRP hoarders. The SEC was the market manipulator. The SEC wasn't seeking justice. They were seeking to win a case at any cost. Forces inside our government aligned with the SEC and embarked on a campaign of debanking anyone associated with the crypto industry. This was lawfare, a war of legal terror. Fortunately, the judge rebuked the SEC multiple times in this journey. First, for lacking a, quote, faithful allegiance to the law. The SEC was sanctioned in our case for discovery abuses, and the pattern was repeated in other crypto cases.
Well, let's just say they're trying to confuse you.
We won then on every critical legal point, proving that the digital asset XRP is not a security. That is now the law, and those wins have laid the groundwork for policymakers to adopt a set of rules for crypto that are in line with nearly a century of securities law. With today's news, the war on crypto has ended in defeat for those who turned our own government against a technology and an entire industry. I'm heartened that we have paved the way for other industry players to see the value in not backing down, and for others to use our legal playbook to fight back. We are now closing a chapter in crypto history. I think we are all stronger for our prior litigation successes and today's landmark victory. Progress is worth fighting for. We won multiple pro-crypto victories at the ballot box last year. It's time to make the U.S. the crypto capital of the world. Thankfully, we have new leadership in executive and legislative branches of our government. That leadership is actively seeking a rational and constructive way forward on crypto. Let's make the most of this. This is an incredibly promising moment. Let's come together. Let's leave the tribalism behind. But let me make it clearer that my main message, what Ripple's main message today is about gratitude. It's gratitude to everyone who stood by us, to every Ripple employee, to the incredible legal team here at Ripple, led by the best chief legal officer in the business, Stu Alderodi. Gratitude certainly to the XRP family, to our customers, to our partners. Thank you. We couldn't have won this battle without all of you being behind us and working together. I truly believe we all agree there's immense opportunity with the largest economy in the world finally taking a pro-crypto and pro-innovation approach to build this technology in order to solve real-world problems for people around the planet. This was a fight Ripple never wanted, but one we knew we had to win. And today, emphatically, we have. Thank you.
All right, everybody.
Hi, I'm Brad Girl.
Yes, you are. That's it. I'll see you guys later. I like the ones who say they hit the gym and stuff. I usually work out like 5 days a week. I've done it, what, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday this week so far. I think it's important. I like it. It gets my head to a level head. Like, I stay more neutral. But we'll try to watch this. It looks like XRP back tested nicely there. And now our next area is going to be that 259 that we hit first. We have 265. And then above that, we have like the 298 level, roughly. 294 to 298. But we'll see how we progress here as the FOMC meeting comes. And we'll see how this turns out. When I assume they're going to keep rates the same. And we'll see what kind of impact it has on crypto. But for now, we're riding high. I'll see everybody else. If you're in the Telegram, I'll try to pop in before we get my son.